Hey friends, welcome to another episode of Generation Tech. My name is Ben. Did you invest in Bitcoin at $17,000 only to be disappointed? Well, perhaps you should have invested in the fictional Star Wars universe. There are many companies and items in Star Wars that appreciate in value and offer amazing investment opportunities. This is 5 Star Wars investments you should try. Number 1 is the Kuat Drive Yards. This was the company for building starships, especially large destroyers. They built the Venator-class Star Destroyer for the Republic and the Imperial-class Star Destroyer, as well as the massive Executor-class Star Destroyer for the Galactic Empire. Star Destroyers cost around 150 million galactic credits, and Kuat built 25,000 of them for the Empire. That's a lot of profit, which I'm sure would translate into great earnings per share, an amazing dividend payout, and a positive PE ratio. All very attractive prospects for investors. Kuat survived the Imperial period and went on to become Kuat Entrala, building massive ships such as the Mega-class Supremacy for the First Order, which was probably the most expensive starship ever built. One hell of a sales commission to whoever closed that deal. Number 2, Jedi Relics. If you were unlucky enough to buy Jedi bonds during the Clone Wars, where it seemed like the Jedi would be around forever,
We'll never train another generation of Jedi. It's time for the Jedi to end.
damn you, Rian Johnson, you may have more luck trading Jedi relics, such as Jedi lightsabers. These one-of-a-kind bespoke lightsabers cost between 20,000 and 500,000 credits during the Clone Wars, and that's if someone was willing to sell one. And they rapidly increased in value after the Jedi Purge during Order 66, and became even more rare by the time of The Force Awakens, increasing in value by many thousands of percent.
Be connected!
Yeah. Jedi capes, especially ones that Jedi had died and vanished into thin air in, were very valuable, along with other kinds of Jedi relics such as books. Organizations such as the Church of the Force, who are seeking to preserve the Jedi history, would pay large sums for such relics. But you need to make sure what you are buying is genuine. In the case of capes, you want to look for double stitching, an after-action report from the clone trooper who shot the Jedi to make sure it's genuine, and also lightsaber burns. If it doesn't have double stitching and stinks of spice or death sticks, it's probably a knockoff from Corellia. Number 3, the Hutt Cartel. After the formation of the Galactic Empire, many companies were nationalized and investors found themselves with less options. But the Hutt Cartel still managed to maintain unofficial control of Hutt space, and were willing to accept capital in exchange for equity in their spice smuggling and slavery operations. And with the Hutts, you did have some assurances that your investment was safe. If one of their smugglers dropped their cargo, they would send out bounty hunters to get that money back.
Yes, Greedo. As a matter of fact, I was just going to see your boss. Tell Jabba that I've got his money.
I think this would be a good investment for people who are into things such as marijuana stocks and don't have moral qualms about the nature of the investment. You know, drug smuggling and Twi'lek sex slaves. Number 4, the Intergalactic Banking Clan. This company was like the Goldman Sachs of the Star Wars galaxy. They funded the Republic's Clone Wars at high interest rates, whilst funding the Separatists at the same time. They did get into some financial trouble towards the end of the Clone Wars, but were bailed out by the Empire and became the creditor of their new currency, the Galactic Credit. Since they are effectively nationalized, investors probably did see some devaluation in their shares at the beginning of the Imperial period, but the banking clan survived and went on to become the creditor of the New Republic's currency after the defeat of the Empire. In other words, if you got out when the Separatists were winning the Clone Wars, or if you went long all the way to the New Republic, you know, Warren Buffett buy and hold style, this would have probably been a pretty good investment. Number 5, Incom Freetech. So Incom was the company that came up with the design for the X-Wing, but they were nationalized with the formation of the Galactic Empire. But a portion of Incom staff defected and donated the X-Wing design to the Rebel Alliance. The Empire, of course, sentenced them to a lifetime of hard labor in the spice mines of Kessel for their crimes, but the rebels intercepted their transports and rescued them. Meanwhile, Incom, under Imperial control, was still building starfighters, but they lacked soul. They had about as much style as the Nissan Cube. They were starfighters you've never seen in movies, like the I-7 Howl Runner. At this time, another group of Incom designers defected, and this made Incom unpopular with the Empire. Their starfighters were bought in smaller numbers and were assigned to older Star Destroyers and remote bases. The group of designers who defected then started their own company called Freetech Incorporated. And when the Empire fell, Freetech was able to take control of the original Incom and started building ships for both the New Republic and the Imperial Remnant. So if you'd invested in Freetech when it was just a trendy startup run by a group of hipsters, you would have hit a gold mine later on when the company was able to grow into something much larger, taking over the original Incom. Well guys, that's just a little bit of a rundown of some of the amazing investment opportunities in the Star Wars universe. Of course, I am not a certified financial advisor, so I accept no responsibility if you invested in the Death Star project, bought land on Alderaan, or opened a ski resort on Starkiller Base. Please comment below with your investment advice for the Star Wars universe. Check out our new merchandise shelf below with designs like this and more. Humanity first. Give this video a like, subscribe if you're new, and if you're watching this, you are Generation Tech.